Buckley and Ralphie's are always within 5 feet apart. They sleep together all the time. And if one is trying to get something, the other one is right there in it.
I really don't need your help moving this.
It's just kind of heartwarming, really. Because I had no idea how this would work. Bringing Buckley home was heartbreaking because he just cried being separated from his mom at 5 weeks. I was driving around and I found this farmer who had a whole herd full of cows. He didn't want the baby. So he said, well, I guess I'll take it and I'll just use him for veal. I do livestock rescue, and I'm like, is there any way you could take him? He wouldn't eat. He wouldn't do anything. I couldn't give him a bottle. I had goats, and I thought maybe they would be okay with him and he would feel comfortable. But they hated him because they were older goats. I was really starting to worry that he wasn't going to make it. So my daughter recommended, Mom, get him his own little goat. The moment Ralph walked in, Buckley perked up, and for the first time I actually saw a spark in his eyes. Buckley started looking at him and he started eating. And Ralphie was like, oh, no, no, no. Get me away from this thing. So I put them both in dog crates and put them side by side. And then they started sleeping next to each other. And on the third day, I was like, I'm going to remove this fence and see what happens. And Buckley wandered over to Ralphie. After that, they were like inseparable. Buckley is more in charge. He does get a little pushy with the food.
Buckley, you leave him alone. Don't you go after him in there.
Ralphie, he's not a goat, but the donkey on Shrek, because he's always like, what do you want to do? What do you want to do? They both have their own little quirks. You know, it makes me happy that they're still together. Buckley, he was a whole different cow. But when Ralphie came into the picture,
it was like a 180-degree turn.
Their playful chases and quiet moments of grazing side by side became a beautiful routine to watch.
Okay, it's okay, okay. All right.
It was really heartbreaking to see.
Gonna put this on tonight?
I promise you'll have a beautiful life, baby.
Dylan was dumped in the middle of nowhere. She was really scared. She had been out there for God knows how long and was alone and hungry. We knew that if we didn't step in, she was not going to survive much longer.
Thank you. Good girl, Mama. Come on.
Let's go, Mama. It was very challenging to capture her. But luckily, we could coax her into coming with us. And we immediately took her to the vet.
Okay, sweetheart. It's gonna be okay.
You would have thought that she would have been a little more aggressive, but it's almost like she understood that we were trying to help her. She was the sweetest dog. She allowed the vet to run all the exams that they needed. She had a severe nail infection. She tested positive for heartworm, so we knew that she had been an outside dog probably forever. She was there for 3 days, and we just kind of got her back into health. In those 3 days, we were kind of panicking because we didn't have a foster for her. But luckily, a friend of mine, she reached out to me and said, Becca, I'm willing to foster Dylan. When I was, oh my God, hallelujah.
See you later, baby girl. Okay?
When we dropped her off, she immediately went and laid on the bed. She loved the plush toys. She opened up right away. You could tell that she was happy.
Dylan. Good girl.
She makes it very known that she is wanting something. Her foster mom, they loved her so much. They were a foster fail for Dylan, which worked out great. I would say that she's living her best life right now. She has very progressed heartworm. We actually thought that we were going to lose her 5 months ago. But lately, she's kind of had this turnaround and she is doing exceptionally well. Dylan is a very special story. She has come a very, very long way. Dylan is proof that even the most broken souls can learn to love again if given the chance.
I still don't think Chester knows what species he is. In the beginning, Chester stayed in the house and it was great fun. So he became very attached to us and our 2 dogs. We introduced them to Chester and they were just kind of obsessed with him for a while. It was so funny to see a baby lamb follow the dogs.
You're gonna follow him?
It was like a tat, so they'd go back and forth and back and forth.
Wrong way!
But when he arrived, Chester had a rough start. He was found just as a stray, and I would say he was less than 24 hours when we picked him up. Anyone who's raised lambs knows how loud they can be, and he just wasn't really. He was very flat.
Chester.
And we noticed that he wasn't really using his legs. I was really worried, but we had a wheelchair that we'd used previously for, I think it was a duck. So we kind of tailored it for him and we would put him in there to start to strengthen his legs. At first it was kind of like, oh, I don't really know about this, but then he kind of figured out he could propel himself along. The dogs kind of got just as excited as we were that he was walking almost. And he just kind of skyrocketed from there.
What's this? Oh.
Once he started to recover and he started to get a little bit bossy.
Yeah, is he on your bed? He gonna snug with you? Oh.
If you left, he'd start yelling at you, like, come back here. He will literally crawl into your lap.
Oh, I'm sorry. I can't stop.
He just want to cuddle all the time. And he's always been clingy. After about a month, we took on a couple more lambs. It was good for him to have friends. But he was always very attached to us. When they got bigger, they went to live at our friend's property. We'll arrive and you'll hear this like loud yelling from like 3 paddocks across, and 100% it's Chester. He'll come running over, and then you just remember like that tiny little lamb that couldn't even stand up. Now he's running around with the cows and escaping with the goats. And he's just best friends with everyone.
Are you a goat now?
It's just so funny to think how far he's come.
Kessler, are those your kittens?
What a lot of people would say, he's the big scary pit bull. But Kessler, this big gentle galoofy giant. With the kittens, they could climb over him and play with him and bat him in the face, and nothing bad would happen. He's just kind of this nanny dog. It melts in my heart. But I didn't originally want to keep Kessler. Kessler was actually a foster puppy, and he was the smallest runt ever. My manager of the shelter at the time said, no, this one needs to gain weight, take him home. And so I did.
We're dreaming.
I thought he was not going to be easy to train. He was stubborn. He would just kind of look at you and get into trouble. But once he started gaining weight, that's when his true personality started coming out. And then I ended up falling in love with him, and we all did.
This is nice.
He wants to be with you all times.
You're so ferocious.
Kessler's number one position is to be on top of my husband. You have no choice but to love him.
You just need to be held in.
As soon as I saw Kessler playing with those kittens, I knew he was a special dog. I have 2 cats named Boris and Wizzy. He'd be licking them constantly to groom them. And it was just pure on love. That's what makes him so good with all the animals. And then there's Fluffy.
Be brave. Don't be afraid of him.
Fluffy likes to kind of keep Kessler at bay in that hallway now and again. And Kessler just looks like he's having the worst day.
You're being watched. How do you sleep at night knowing you terrorize this dog?
I laugh because Kessler is almost 80 pounds, but then this 10-pound cat can literally ruin his day.
Well, that's not gonna make you friends. Are you sad? Because Fluffy tried to eat you?
It's nice that people can see this, what looks to be a big, ferocious beast of a dog, break down just because of a little cat.
You snuggled? What are you doing? Are you giggling? Yeah?
I had zero fears with Kessler. He's so gentle. His journey is amazing, from this little foster puppy himself now to being a foster mom of kittens.
Good, Cass.
He is the best dog anyone could ever ask for.
Oh my gosh. Isabelle. How long have you been sitting down here waiting for me? A long time. Okay, got it.
I've never had a cat so bossy and demanding.
Really? We just went for a walk.
She's definitely clingy, but I don't think she wants me to know that.
Hi. What do you want?
She follows me around the house and yells at me.
I cannot help you. You're gonna have to wait.
I swear she would talk back like she was listening.
I love you. Good, just put her on her back.
I'm scared.
But it was just different with another person. I got Isabelle as a foster kitten when she was 8 weeks old. She was really, really, really small and sick. I didn't think she was going to make it, but somehow she pulled through.
You sunbathing? Hi.
And after she got healthy, I saw her personality, and she was just kind of mean. She didn't want anyone near her. She didn't want to play.
Ellie, I know she's bad. Oh, look at that mad face.
I realized she just didn't like anybody, except for me. I didn't plan to keep her.
Really? Stop trying to drink out of the pool. You have a bowl of water right here.
I knew that nobody else would be able to love a cat like that because she was so difficult.
Are you spicy? Are you spicy? Isabelle.
But when Tally was born, my daughter, I was worried that she was going to be jealous.
Isabelle, can I help you? Tally needs to go for a nap.
And Isabelle was definitely jealous. She would sit next to me and just keep glaring at the baby. And I felt so guilty because they said that it is brought on by stress. So I really started making more of an effort when my daughter was taking a nap to spend time with Isabelle.
What are you still yelling for? I opened it so you can look around more.
She just needed time to feel secure again.
Oh my gosh. Don't move.
And I think she trusts my daughter.
What is happening?
You're so beautiful. Why are you so catchy? Why?
There were moments when I wondered if I'd made the right choice, but Isabelle's love erased any doubt.
She wants to watch something.
For a cat that has such a difficult personality, she's just a very good companion. I mean, I'm proud of it.